Hey guys, thanks for checking out Clever TV. Welcome back to the show. I'm Dana Ward with Joslyn Davis. And today we have one of the stars of the ABC Family show, Melissa and Joey. It's Taylor Spreitler.
Hello.
Welcome back to the
Yeah,
show.
seriously. I can't believe you auditioned for the show here.
I know,
Break
isn't
it
that
down.
weird? It's like come full circle. Like I started here, now I'm doing interviews about the show. Like it's finally all aired and everything. Yeah, it's exciting.
Bring us
Wild.
I kind of want to know what the audition process was like for this show.
Scary. No, it actually wasn't that bad. But I got to tell you, Melissa's mom, who's one of our producers, Paula, she's pretty intimidating. I was kind of scared of her when I met her. Like I love her now, but it was you know, it was a recast from the pilot, so they already had an idea of what they wanted. They had already filmed stuff. So I was kind of coming into like this group of people that have already worked together and like been through this process before, so they were all just kind of like, okay, like let's just
Here we
get-
go.
Yeah, let's do it again. But the process, it was fun. I mean, it was weird going back on auditions because I've been working, and it was like one of the first things I did, and they asked me to like slate and all this stuff, and I was like, I don't know what that means. I haven't done this. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. But it was cool. I really, like, I've been really lucky in my career because like the breakdown for Lennox is one of those things that I read, and I was like, oh, like I want this. Like this is something that I really want to do, and I was the same way with my character on Days, and those are like the two, you know, biggest jobs that I've had. So I definitely got very lucky.
Yeah, pretty sweet too. Like you had 1 week off in between, and you're like back on another show.
Yep.
So we already saw 10 seasons of the first time we'd ever seen the show, the first season, and now we're coming
10
back.
episodes.
Sorry, not 10 seasons.
I wish.
I wish. That'd be a lot. It could happen. But we're gonna get 20 more episodes starting this week, which is very exciting. What's gonna happen with Lennox? Because I love her. She's like the person I wish I was when I was 16 or whatever.
Yeah, there's so much happening. Like you know, I'm confused of like what has aired and what's going to air, but it's been crazy. Like, you know, we're all kind of older, we're all more comfortable with each other, you know, we're doing crazier stuff than we were doing the first season, and there's a lot of, you know, Melissa sneaking me into places that I shouldn't be, and then us having to escape. I got to do some stunts, which was pretty cool. Not like big stunts, not anything scary.
Wait,
but
like what?
like
I'm trying to
just-
even imagine what Lennox would be doing stunt-wise.
Well, you're just gonna have to wait and see.
oh,
Taylor.
What about boys? Because we know she has a thing with the boys always. What's going to be happening? We can look forward to.
Yeah, there are a lot of love interests. Chris Brochu plays.
Chris is coming
Yeah,
on the show?
yeah, he plays my rival, but then you know there's a little twist at the end, and there may or may not be a kiss.
Stop
Oh.
it!
Maybe,
like that.
I don't know. But yeah, but it's been fun. I mean, you know, I can't really complain. I've got to work with a lot of really cute guys this season, so I was pretty excited about that.
So do you think Lennox is going to be going for the good guys, the bad guys, a little bit of both?
She actually goes for the good guys. She's kind of like the bad girl in a way, you know, like she's kind of like the one that's like, yeah, whatever, like I don't care, and then like she has the guys like, oh wait, but no. So yeah, it's kind of fun, you know, instead of like dating the bad guys who are like, you know, being mean to me or whatever, I'm kind of the heartbreaker.
Ooh.
Opposites attract.
Yep.
Now, speaking of guys, I also heard that Joey Lawrence's brothers are going to be coming on the show. In what capacity? Are they going to play his brothers, or possibly your character is going to date one of them? They're pretty cute, too.
Well, they're a little too old for Lennox. It's a little illegal.
Let's just be honest
but
here.
but Matt comes on and he plays Joey's brother, but Andy does not. They actually have like a little fight thing going on, and then Matt and Melissa kind of, you know, have a little spark, so there's some interesting stuff there. He definitely kind of gets her into trouble, which is pretty fun. But yeah, it's cool. It was cool working with them because, like, you know, they're all so close, and they're all like, all three of them are always together. Like they eat lunch together like every day and stuff. So it was cool, you know. And all my friends are like, "Oh my God, the Lawrence brothers!" so
jealous.
Yeah.
Did they ever have any sibling rivalry on set, or? Because I feel like if I were working with my brother and sister, every once in a while there'd be like
Competition or something.
or just like some inside jokes or something.
The inside jokes, yeah, that was definitely the worst. Like you had us, like, you know, they're sitting there talking, and all of us are like, yeah, right? We have no idea what they're talking about. Like we're just trying to be like, yeah, the Lawrence brothers. Like we have no idea. And then like even like they would stop scenes because they would like look at each other, and you know it's hard to like play something serious with your siblings. Like, I know I could never do that with my sister. So, like, they would look at each other and just start cracking up for no reason. So, yeah, it was entertaining to watch them.
Now, speaking of guest stars who will be on the show, is there anyone in particular who you would love to see on the show? Maybe for a love interest, or maybe as a mentor, or anyone who you'd want to work with on the show?
I don't know. I mean, I've worked with some pretty great people. You know, I mean, already, like Melissa Joan Hart and Joey Lawrence.
Yeah.
I mean, my dream as a little kid was like I wanted to be on a 90s sitcom, and now I'm on a sitcom with 2 90s stars, so I'm basically there. So, but really, like, I mean, Vivica A. Fox was on our show. Like, we've had so many people that I can't really think of anyone, like, specifically that hasn't already been there.
Yeah, it's already been so cool. And I know
You surprising you.
You and Melissa are really close in real life as well. I mean, how cool is it that you get to work with her? I mean, I know you guys are close now, but do you ever have moments where you sit there and think, oh my gosh?
Yes, like, it's so, I was at dinner after we did like an event for our show. We all went to dinner, and I was there with like her brother and her sister. And it was so funny because we're all like, you know, dogging on her, and she's like, God, like, you act just like my siblings. And her siblings are like, yeah, like, that's probably why you guys are so close. Because it's literally like she's my older sister. But it's like sometimes I like step back and I'm like, oh my gosh, but wait, like, you're Melissa Joan Hart. Like, you're Clarissa.
Explains it all.
Clarissa explained it all.
Yeah, like, for Christmas, I found a Clarissa Explains It All board game. And I gave it to her, and it was so, she was like, I never played this. I was like, oh my God, I did. Like,
that was like the best show ever.
It seriously was.
I feel like I learned so much from that show. Yes, she does all the time.
What can you share with us about that?
She
about
just
that show?
talks about like all the crazy stuff that she was doing, and like, you know, how it kind of different it was, like her doing that now, and then, you know, how like the industry has grown. But she was telling me that like when she graduated on Clarissa, they threw her a graduation. And they got her like a cap and gown and everything, and I was like, oh, that's like so cool, like I want that or whatever. So when I graduated, she surprised me on set and threw me a huge graduation.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, so that was really cool. And she like gave a speech, and we both were crying, and they had like a huge cake. So yeah, it was really cool. And then I went back home and went to my best friend's graduation. And I was like, so boring.
But you were
Like,
valedictorian of your graduation, weren't
yeah,
you?
I was.
Watch
I was
out.
everything. I was the only person in my school. But yeah, it was really cool. It was weird going to a real graduation now, because I was like, I had Melissa Joan Hart.
Sorry,
like,
mine was better.
it sucks for you guys.
That's so cool
so
to hear, though,
neat.
because, you know, oftentimes, well, sometimes I feel like when we talk to actors, they'll, you know, have this great family environment like what you have at work, and sometimes it's just really a job that people go to. How can you kind of talk about that, like being on a family set, like with, you know, all the different cast members?
I love it. I mean, it's different because when I was on Days, like, you know, there were people that you were close to, but there are so many people on that show, and it's so, you know, so fast paced. Like, we're doing 10 episodes in a week and crazy stuff like that. So like, you don't really get close to anyone. So when I showed up on set for Melissa and Joey, like I was expecting to show up, do my job, leave. And then now it's like, you know, every time Melissa's in town, we have dinner together, and like, you know, we're always there for each other. And, you know, Nick's my neighbor and my little brother, like we love each other but hate each other at the same time. And you know, I love it. Like, I love just being able to show up and like we get our breakfast and we sit around our dining room table and we sit there and talk about all the stuff that we did this week. And you know, you have Joey who's like, Taylor, now listen here, like when I was young. And then you have Melissa like, do whatever you want. Like, you know, they're just like my Aunt Mel and like my Manny. So it's really cool.
Oh,
Very
man.
neat.
Speaking of Joey, I saw him on the red carpet maybe a few weeks ago, and I was trying to get some details about the shockers coming up on the show, because I know that there's going to be some silly, crazy stuff happening. What can you share with us, like highlight-wise? What are you looking forward to the viewers being able to see?
There's just kind of like, well, I go to like a dance, and that's really cool because I go to a dance and they decide that they want to talk to me. So like Joey like shows up at the after party for this dance, and I'm so embarrassed. And then like, you know, we kind of go back to a scene that we had in the pilot where we really just connect, and I kind of see him as my father figure. Mm-hmm. So we have another one of those. So I'm really excited for people to see that, because that was really, you know, fun for us. But other than that, just all the crazy other stuff that we get into. I mean, there's an episode where everyone's speaking like Japanese, and there's just...
What?
Can you remember anything?
Yeah, seriously.
I know how to say diarrhea. That's the only thing I know how to say.
Oh, my goodness.
It's Gary.
Giddy.
Yeah, that's how you say
Okay.
it.
Sort of gross and sort of cool at the same
Well,
time.
now we know what one episode will include.
I know that's the only thing I can remember.
I kind of love that. I love it.
And how else will this second part of the season be different from season 1?
It's different because we're
the first
all
part.
like we're so much closer, you know, and you can see that like
The chemistry and
yeah,
stuff
like
on
you can
camera.
see how how much more fun we're having now because we're now just kind of settled into it, and and then since like our writers got to know us better and everything, you're kind of like we're all more playing ourselves, and like our little quirks are added in there, so there's a lot of that and it's fun.
Very cool.
And then Lennox is growing up.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
Lennox is
she's growing up.
I love that name, by the way, Lennox.
Me
I feel like we
too.
talked about that,
Really
but what a
good.
cool name.
Me too.
Is there like a backstory at all for the character? Like it was your mom's.
No. I think
Let's
I
make
like to
something
say
up.
that I
Your
was
mom,
named after Annie
someone.
Lennox.
Oh,
That's
Annie
what I like
Lennox.
to say.
That
But
that
I don't
works.
think that's true at all. But
We're rolling with it.
yeah, let's just go with
Awesome.
that. Because
Let's
otherwise
do it.
I'd be named after like a street. There's like a Lennox Avenue somewhere, so that's what I would be
There's a
named
really
after.
great Lennox Mall. Just
Oh,
saying. In
okay.
Atlanta.
Maybe, no, I still
No,
like
Annie
Lennox
Lennox.
better.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Well, thank you so much, Taylor, for coming in.
No problem. It's
nice to
fine.
see
It's
you.
always
Always.
good to see you.
I know.
We're so excited that you guys have more episodes coming down the line for Melissa and Joey. Thank you so much, Taylor, for joining us at the studio. This was lots of fun. Fun times with Taylor Spreitler. Make sure you guys stay posted to Clever TV for more info on Taylor, Melissa and Joey, and all of your favorite television shows. I'm Dana Ward with Joslyn Davis, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.